SGR from Mombasa to Nairobi. There are many people from other regions who have never used SGR, and it is a lot of cash. The same SGR is coming to go to Kisumu, to Malaba. There are people in Lodo who will never use SGR, but their taxes are used to pay.
All right.
Same
your
thing
point
to the
has
roads.
been Peter Chris Hans. Let's just hear from Nick here.
No.
How would that sit with you if you were not getting this fund?
No, first, let's get it right. This Nyota Fund is a 5-year initiative of the government of Kenya, financed with $222 million US. And let's get it right. No, Hans is deceiving Kenyans this morning. He's talking about SGR. SGR is accessed whether to everyone. So the matter of using it's a preference. This loan is not a preference. It's not a preference, it's a grant. And you know the elements of application of grant. It is who has qualified the most to receive this grant. However, what they're not telling Kenyans, and completely, that each and every single Kenyan, the 55 million plus, has to pay for this loan. And that's not what they want to tell Kenyans this morning. They want to divert the conversation. That if I have received the grant and Alionya has not received it, at the end of the day, we both have to pay it. You understand? That's what we're talking about.
And we have accepted that. Nobody has differed.
Let's get some feedback. Let's hear what the people are saying this morning. We have some feedback from WhatsApp, and we do encourage you to also keep sending 0793267279. Let's listen in.
Good morning, Fred na Ann. I'm Hexagon watching the show from Kangaru, Embu County. Hii 10-point agenda is a big scam. The agreement was signed on 7th March last year. Sasa after 1 year, ndo wanasema wanaunda committee ya kuimplement. Kama sisi ni watu wa mjengo, waache kutubeba hivyo juu. Why would they need a committee now to pay the family of Alberto Juang ama Rex Masai? Hii ni strategy ya 2027. Now, and we are watching Woza Manze, show iko lit.
Alionya, why will they need a committee now? That is what he has brought up. That the extension is sort of questionable. That if it was formed last year on the 7th of March, then it was expected to at least, quote unquote, expire by the 7th of March. And of course, we've had other leaders saying that this agreement cannot expire. Then the question is asking now, why would they need a committee now?
Thank you. As a country, we need to accept that we have been, as a society, we have been the problem to the implementation of some of the policies to us. Because the truth of the matter is, if the parliament was doing their job, if the executive was doing their job, if the judiciary was equally doing their job, we would not be here with the 10-point agenda. It is just the truth of the matter. But because there is someone who failed on their job, we needed a catalyst. The question should be, the catalyst that you have put in place, has it bared some fruits? To be honest, it has. Because if you're having 2 billion that is going to compensate the victims of police brutality, then let us look at when the 2 billion will be disbursed to the victims. And we look for the parent of Kariuki, we look for the parent of even, because they have said they will even look back to the people, the victims in 2017. Let's try and see, has the money gone to the right individuals? And as a country, I want to call on all of us. If there's something that eats us every day, it's corruption. Because if you look at even the previous court cases, someone goes to court because of police brutality, but because someone has heavier pockets than the person who was the victim, they are able to go away with the crimes. Yeah, but we have a catalyst we have put in place. To be honest, we don't need a committee to ensure that the constitution is implemented. But there's someone who failed somewhere. So do we sit back and continue failing, or can we offer solutions? And that is why my party leader, and I think the party leader of UDA, came and said, this has not been implemented. We need to have people fast-tracking. Like I saw from the NADCO report, they said they had 9 bills that they had tabled. They have fast-tracked 3 bills. Can't we just clap for them and say, we have seen the intention of you ensuring that the bills that will be speaking to the problems we raised have been passed? Rather than sitting back and saying that this is a 2027. And there's an argument that that young man has brought that in the agenda of 2027. Let me ask Kenyans, Kama mtu anatumia propaganda mzuri kuwin election in 2027, isn't it a win for us? What if the person was using wrong propaganda? I mean, if someone is using a propaganda, someone is using a tool, you know, ameleta Nyota Fund, watu at least wapate stipend. Isn't it a good thing that even if they're asking for election in 2027,
is that good? Is that good propaganda sustainable?
It might not be sustainable to some extent, but we are seeing the progress. If the impact of Nyota Fund, it is up to us young people.
Then that's manipulation.
Because it is not manipulation. And if it is manipulation, I think it is good manipulation, and I would encourage this manipulation to continue.
So they manipulate themselves to power again and then fail to implement the things
if you look at it as manipulation and the way my friend has looked at it as manipulation,
what would you call it, Alionya? What would you call it? If you call it...
The government has been given money. It has sat down. Experts have sat down and asked themselves, how do we ensure we uplift the young people? And then they looked at the demographics and they said, we have people who have gone to school, but we have the majority of young people who finish their Form 4 and they're unable to go to university.
Just hold on to that.
Let us start from there. Isn't it a good solution?
There's this
if
debate.
It is manipulation, I love this manipulation, and may the president continue.
There's this debate that the retirement age should be put to